Back in 2016, my classmate made his first YouTube channel, and it was the first YouTube channel from our entire class, and everyone found it cool. We were all checking out his videos, his vlogs that he used to take in our village, and it was really interesting for us. And many of my other classmates jumped into the game also. Soon they started to record Let's Play videos like GTA gameplays, vlogs like walking around our village, going to the playgrounds and swearing at each other and making fun of each other, and recording videos at our school trips that we used to go to. And I found it so cool that they were recording all of these kinds of videos. Like they were sharing their voices with the entire world. They were talking about what interested them. And that eventually led me to procrastinate for 2 whole years on making YouTube videos. And somewhere around 2018, I made my first YouTube channel. Basically, it was a knowledge channel when I used to post top 5 educational videos, and it was really fun. I even got some attention on it, but that didn't last. I used to post videos on there like top 5 fastest cars or top 5 scariest YouTube channels on YouTube. And I really enjoyed it. Basically, I was impersonating all of the other top 5 educational YouTube channels on YouTube that were really big. But over time, as puberty arrived and I lost motivation to continue with the YouTube channel, I moved on with my life. So that was my first ever attempt on making it big on YouTube. It was a really good attempt, don't get me wrong, because it laid the foundation for something that will come in the future. And then came summer of 2021, and my parents implanted this seed, this thought into my mind that I should start heavy lifting and exercising and building my muscle. They told me, "Oh, TR, imagine how great your muscles would look if you just started doing some push-ups in your free time." And so I did. And I started watching self-improvement videos from big content creators like Hamza, for example. But in the end, that didn't go anywhere. Yes, I learned some great lessons on self-improvement back then. However, self-improvement in summer of 2021 was basically all about women and heavy lifting. What I was truly looking for was the mental health videos. And the thing was, I never really searched deeper into these topics. Like Hamza did have videos about mental health on his channel, but I just never looked deeper. Because I was just a 14-year-old kid back then. All I cared about was women and making great muscle gain. Like the pandemic has just ended and I wanted to, improve my physical health because I looked like a ghost. But nevertheless, I quit self-improvement for around 2 years. And that was the worst decision of my life. And when I did eventually came back to self-improvement in summer of 2023, everything changed for the better. I started to learn more about mental health, like meditation, journaling, adventuring, gratitude, and all these great things that I still do to this day. That eventually led me to find my purpose in life, which is to teach you about the life lessons that I've gotten over the years and explain them to you so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I've done. So that led me to make a self-improvement YouTube channel like the one that you see in front of you right now. And let me tell you, when I am explaining this to you, I have no thoughts in my head. I am completely locked in on this video because I want you to gain quality education. And this right here was what I was looking for all those long years. Even back when I made the first YouTube channel, I wasn't pursuing views. I didn't want to talk about the top 5 fastest cars. I wanted to talk about this, about mental health and how to improve it. And so the thought that has been haunting me for my entire life came back. Basically the thought of, if I started 2 years ago, basically if I went all out on my self-improvement journey back when I was 14 and I started to learn more about mental health, I could have had 2 more years of progress by this point. I could have been so much more advanced in my self-improvement journey. This all could have been happening 2 years ago. I could have already had the godly physique. I could have already had my first girlfriend. I could have already had financial, location and time freedom. All I had to do was just go all in. But that's okay. because every single one of us have our own paths in life. But that's a topic for another video. Do you know what my excuse was when I was 14? When I quit my self-improvement journey? Oh, I don't want to make money right now. I don't want to make a self-improvement channel because I'm still 14 years old. Bro, there are 14-year-olds as we speak who are making tens of thousands per month today. We can clearly see that the quote, right time will never arrive. I already wanted to live my life, but I just never acted on it. I already kind of knew what my purpose was, but I never really learned about it. I never expanded my knowledge on it, because I was weak back then, and I wanted to quote, enjoy my life while I was still young. If you have this dream, like you want to learn a foreign language, you want to learn a martial art, you want to learn any kind of skill, and you're just saying that, oh, I'm gonna learn that after I graduate from school, you need to do it right now, as soon as possible, because if you don't, then you're just waiting to live your life. Basically living the life that your parents want from you. You know, the easy path, the safe path of going to university, getting a degree, getting a shitty job, getting a bad wife with bad kids that don't even love you, then enjoy retirement for 15 years and die. You are already kind of tapping into what you actually want to do, and we will get more into this later. So if you're 14, if you're 18, if you're 30, if you're 40, there is no quote right time that will come. The right time is any time. You can literally start today. You can literally build a business that will make you $10,000 per month in just 6 months. Like, just imagine how much fulfillment and how much happiness you would get if you aligned your purpose with your online business. Like, for example, your purpose is to learn the violin. Well, then you can make a course that will teach your younger self about how to play the violin so that he has it easier. Or you can even coach people directly 101 on how to play the violin. You can make money from that. I'm not joking. It's that easy. All you have to do is just stop this bullshit mentality of enjoying your teenage years and thinking that all your life problems will just be solved just like that when you turn 30 years old. Like, you suddenly have financial, location, time freedom, the godly physique that you desire, and your dream wife. No, you have to work for it. And that's okay, because in few months it will pay off. So what is this, quote, purpose that I've been talking about? Well, this purpose is your authentic skill that you can master. It is basically something that you're naturally better at than 99% of people in this world. My purpose, for example, is becoming a teacher, is to teach you self-improvement, for example. I learn the topics that I want to talk about and get better at, and then I teach them to you so that you can understand them better. I do this and I have no thoughts in my head. It is something that your mom has been telling you that you're better at than everyone that she knows. Like, for example, my mom has been always telling me that I am better at teaching than 99% of people that she knows. Well, she didn't exactly phrase it like that, but she told me that was my special ability. This purpose was engraved in you when you were born. You just have to find it again. Because you see, once you entered the education system, that's when all the inauthentic desires like making money, probably even getting that nice car, that nice house, getting a degree, because that is the only official way of getting rich in the modern world. They encouraged you to start studying about subjects that you don't even care about, like like chemistry, biology, physics, just for the sake of exam. I actually like those subjects, but you get what I'm saying. And so as the years went by, you slowly forgot about your purpose, because you were so bombarded with homework and your exams and your teachers yelling at you and all of your classmates talking about stuff that you don't even care about. But you wanted to fit in because you had no one who was actually on the same wavelength as you, no one who had the same values as you. So what I suggest that you do is to grab a pen and a piece of paper and go somewhere that you always liked to go when you were younger. It can be adventuring into nature. It can be walking down that street that you used to go to when you were younger and just sitting there and thinking about your life for hours on end. Asking yourself these two questions. What was something that everyone in my life used to say that I was better at and that it was like natural for me to do it. And second question, if I had financial, location and time freedom, what would I be doing? How would my day look like? What habits would I be doing? Where would I be going? Where would I travel? And as you think about it and you sit there listening to the calm background noises of the nature or that city and just meditate on the thought, you will suddenly get a visualization. And that's what I got. I got a visualization of teaching my younger 14-year-old self about meditation because he was totally hooked on social media. I wanted him to save himself, but he just didn't know how to. So that's where I come in. I teach you this so that you have it easier. I collect all the knowledge so that I can teach it to you in these long educational videos that you can watch completely for free. When you find this purpose and align it to some kind of a business model, like I combined my teaching skill with YouTube, and that gives me infinite fulfillment, and eventually it will give me location, time and financial freedom. Plus, it gives me some kind of a mission in my life. So I have now a reason to actually improve myself. I know that my life is actually going in a better direction. So I have a reason to go to the gym, to speak to girls and level up my social intelligence. I have a reason to improve my life. I would have never had this if I had just continued to, quote, wait for the right time. Would have still been lost, like my 14-year-old self. Now, where did this weak mentality of enjoying your teens and 20s come from? Well, you see, a man's happiness comes from fulfillment, which comes from purpose and hard work that will eventually give you long-term reward from life. But on the other hand, a woman's source of happiness comes from love. You know, like having good relationships with the people around her. Basically just feeling good. The instant gratification from life. Because a woman's prime lasts from 18 years old to 30 years old. And especially if she's like a really pretty woman, then of course she can enjoy her 20s to her fullest. Especially in today's world, where we have no wars, no hard times, where men can grow. We have a lot of weak men that don't want to do the hard work, who don't want to work on their businesses to actually make it in life. No, they get complacent. They become weak and they don't want to work on themselves. So they just use this procrastinating excuse of, I'll just enjoy my teens and 20s. They just live a constant life of no ups and no lows. They take no risks. They go through no hard times that will build up their stoicism, their willpower, their discipline. They just become weak. And they succumb to the instant gratifications of scrolling on social media, playing video games, fapping 10 times per day, taking drugs, eating shit food, drinking alcohol, smoking or vaping. But the truth is, if you can just hold out for few years until you're 30 years old, you'll have the greatest time of your life as a man. And all it takes is just 6 months under the right guidance to attain location, financial and time freedom. And after that, it's just smooth sailing from there. Because as a man, your prime starts in your 30s. So you should work as fuck. You should work like a dog if you want to have the best life. You have to work like a slave. You have to take risks. You have to literally get punched in the face. You literally have to go life-threatening situations. You have to literally achieve such low lows that the Mariana Trench would be ashamed. As eventually, all the trials and tribulations, all the hard work that you've put into your physique, that all of that muscle soreness, all of that hard business decisions that you've done over the months, all of those thousands of times that you failed to speak to a woman, you will eventually achieve the greatest success of your entire life. Because the compound effect will take care of you and the people that get complacent also. All the rewards will come flowing in at one time. Because eventually your future wife will come to your life and you will know how to approach her. because you will have great social intelligence. Eventually, all the hard work that you put in your business will suddenly break the dam, and you'll make thousands of dollars per month just because you shut up and done the work for 6 months. All the work that you put into your male physique will pay off. All the hard work, all the muscle soreness that you put into your male physique will eventually make you look like a Spartan warrior. Meanwhile, those people who do the instant gratification activities will have such a pathetic existence when they turn 30 years old. They will have medical conditions that they didn't even know existed. So just think where you want to be in your 30s. Do you want to experience few months of hell to live in heaven for the rest of your life? Do you want to do the hard work so that when you turn 30 years old, you have it easy? You already have the wife, the business, the body? Or do you want to end up like your classmates that encourage you to play video games with them for just 1 hour? Like, come on, it's just 1 hour, bro. In that singular hour, you can do a massive workout in the gym. In 1 hour, you can literally get so much business work done. In just 1 hour of cold approaching a woman, you can literally go from a level 1 cold approacher to a level 10 cold approacher. You are young, you can afford to make mistakes, you can afford to go through trials and tribulations. You can risk to have the awkward moments, because when you turn 30 years old and you actually have to worry about taking risks and going through trials and tribulations, that's when you realize you've wasted your 20s. And the right time will truly never come now. The right time never comes. It is just that after you turn 30 years old, it will get infinitely harder to succeed in life. It is possible, don't get me wrong, but it is infinitely hard. Because when you're still young, I'm repeating myself, but it is true, you can go through trials and tribulations. You can still go through hell. You can literally get punched in the face and you can walk like 1 month later. So remember, if you have some kind of a hidden desire that you want to fulfill, then go do it right now, because otherwise you're just waiting to live your life. Think about all the fulfillment that you'll get from finding your purpose and acting on it, and even building your business on your purpose foundation. Don't be weak. Don't use the excuse of, I'm just gonna enjoy my 20s and teens, because the right time to grind on yourself will never come. It's just that it gets infinitely harder after you turn 30. So just ask yourself, when you turn 30, do you want to be where your classmates are heading? Or where the best version of yourself is heading? Because if you start working today and going through the trials and tribulations, the long-term rewards will eventually come. You know, like the location, time and financial freedom, your dream wife, the godly physique, it will eventually come. And when you do get it, the weak people who are having the best time of their lives, you know, we are in our primes, we are 18 years old, will look at you with respect and with envy in their eyes, because they are weak and they don't want to go on the same challenge as you. Suddenly the excuse of enjoying your early years doesn't seem so attractive, does it? So start improving yourself today. Get on to self-improvement so that your future self has it easier. Thank you so much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you.